Spill the beat!
So, what do you think going on with Colby Covington and the Boomerang Incident with Verdum?
That has been some of the best MMA video footage that I have seen in many,
Do you want
many
to fill
years.
in the audience if they don't know what's going on?
They probably are living under a rock if they haven't seen what's been going on. Fabricio Verdum was given a boomerang by a fan in Australia, wrapped in plastic and a little piece of paper, and apparently Colby Covington ended up getting in some sort of a squabble with Verdum, and supposedly Colby threw a leg kick, hit Verdum threw a punch, and then what people got on tape was the boomerang actually landing on Colby's eye, supposedly, or his shoulder. I thought it looked like it hit more of his shoulder.
It looked like it hit right between his neck and his shoulder, like his clavicle, like a little higher than his clavicle.
That's what I thought as well. He somewhat ducked it because Colby is ducking.
Head movement!
But it's been the number one topic going on in MMA right now because of the video footage. Colby has pressed charges, and that's where it's gotten to the next level. Australian media has just come out and said, not even UFC, they've just said 40-year-old man charged with assault to 29-year-old man
in Australia
throwing a boomerang because it's Mad Max shit. And have you seen that gif of Mad Max of him in Masvidal, of Colby Covington and Masvidal?
So it is Colby Covington pressing charges, not the Australian government.
It is Colby pressing the charges, which then the government takes. But it is an assault with a deadly weapon as well. Because they don't play in Australia. They know what boomerangs do.
I want to play devil's advocate on both sides for a minute.
Please.
If you're mad, I'm guessing the whole incident is because of Colby Covington a few weeks back being in Brazil and then calling all of Brazil filthy animals.
Yeah, I would guarantee you
and
that's
people
exactly
that don't know Fabricio Verdum, he's Brazilian.
And a hothead. Think about it.
He's fought with other UFC fighters.
Coach Tavarian kicked him. Tony Ferguson almost got in a fight with him like a couple weeks ago. Multiple other situations. Verdum is not a stranger to this type of stuff. Please, go on.
And so, if someone, whatever way if somebody's like, you're a dumb fucker, probably the best thing to do to prove them wrong wouldn't be to bang your table or head into a table. You know what I mean? So right. I feel like if somebody calls you a filthy animal, probably the best way to prove them
the
wrong.
high road.
Yes, you don't
prove them right.
Throw a boomerang at him.
You don't try to end a man's career with a boomerang.
And it really, I mean, me and my brother have thrown boomerangs at each other in life. You can really lose an eye from those.
Oh, damn. And I thought I would never, ever have to bring this up over the radio. We might get hit on YouTube and or other sites for this controversial topic, but...
You gonna whip your dick out?
Looks like a boomerang. Just so you know.
Oh shit.
I remember being a child.
Girls say that's good for a G-spot. Just saying, fellas.
Good to know.
Just saying.
Good to know. So, apparently, I had a boomerang from, like, the county fair back in the day when I was good 8 or 9 years old, and we had a pet rabbit. I swear I threw this boomerang up into the distance, and this boomerang turned. It was on heat seeker, kill mode, turned right on the bunny's neck. Done. Killed the bunny. That's my boomerang story.
Broke your whole family's heart.
Yeah, and so my brothers all ganged up on me.
They all cried.
Yeah, well, no, I got beat up by my brothers somewhat. Well, hit, because you're all kids and whatever, but I didn't get spanked. My parents were just like, why did you throw a boomerang at a bunny? And I was like, I didn't. I threw a boomerang up and away, and it turned and landed on the bunny's throat.
They were all worried that you were the serial killer.
Yeah, right?
They were like, cruelty to animals, check.
I was like, shit. It was, yeah, goddamn boomerangs. You can't trust them.
I have a kill story accidentally. My brother was always a better shot than me, my little brother. I don't even know if I've ever told him. I don't even know if I've said that to him to his face. He always has been way better with a gun than I have. And this is just BB gun this time, but we always did target practice with things. We grew up kind of in a redneck, my mom's side of the family. So we were out back shooting like rooftop things, power line things, and there was this bird so far off, and I pumped this thing like 20 times, the Daisy BB gun. I never hit anything. I held it up full on Terminator 2 style, like full away from like it was a short sawed-off double-barrel shotgun. I held it way away from myself and just, like, shot aimlessly into the air. Totally hit a bird. Meow! Boom! The thing lands in the backyard. It's like broken wing floundering around. I was so sad. It was dying. My brother had to mercy kill.
Finish it, yeah.
The poor little bird. Horrible.
Damn, couple of serial killers here in Florida.
I know, horrible. It's the worst thing ever in my life. Not really, not even close. But the
you
worst
felt bad
murder,
at the time. Yeah.
The worst murder I've committed in my life was that little bird. I feel awful. But back to the boomerang story.
So, be careful if anyone's ever got a boomerang. Have you seen Fabricio Verdum actually put out a clip of him getting sold a boomerang by one of his coaches at a flea market since the fact? Yeah, he's tucking it into his waistband, making fun of it, like, oh, how good's this boomerang? It's such a great media piece right now. Everyone's talking about it.
I get all of it. I don't understand a fighter, especially a fighter with the shtick like Colby Covington's been running with over the last year, 2017, being the Twitter badass and big mouth guy. Don't sue. Don't press charges.
Have you seen how people have been comparing Colby Covington to Angela Magana?
Yeah.
Because of the Christiana Cyborg thing that we covered here extensively. And, it's really... he's kind of had his man card pulled. Like, that's one of those things that I'm going to still bet him in fights, but I'm just going to be like, damn, man. You're like, ooh... You were talking a lot of shit. That just comes with it. It comes with it,
What
man.
do you think Gamebred thinks of him pressing charges?
I guarantee you he's like, dude, that ain't cool. I guarantee you, Gamebred is from the streets. Like, Gamebred fought underground fights coming up, Kimbo Slice protecting fucking porn stars out in the Miami clubs. Gamebred ain't about that life. Gamebred's probably got 2 keys on him. He's going to Australia for a whole sorts of other reasons. Gamebred's real street. So... I think that Gamebred would probably not come out because he's a loyal, absolutely loyal person, and he'll just be like, I have no comment. But for realsies, come on, would you?
I don't think it should be done at all, and I actually think it hurts Colby Covington's reputation altogether.
100%.
The other thing being said, fighters should feel 100% safe out of the octagon. The whole time they're in these situations. It ruins, if you have to worry about your repercussions the whole time when you're from your shit talk, it's ruining. It's one of the only one of the things that I like about Colby Covington was his I don't give a fuck attitude, and this makes him give a fuck. It ruins it a little bit.
Great point. Great point. It's the truth.
But I do think there should be repercussions for Fabricio Verdum that have nothing to do with Colby Covington or Australia, just purely through the UFC.
100%.
You do not treat another fighter, because they've got to be staying in the same hotels, going to the same press conferences, and the guy's huge. Any man would feel unsafe with Fabricio Verdum be threatening them. He might, Brasilia right up the ass.
I completely agree, and it seems like this has fallen by the wayside, but initially I was thinking this jeopardizes the main event. And with the UFC making so many comments, with so many other fighters pushing refs and this and that, actually the UFC stayed pretty quiet on the pushing ref situation, but they haven't really said anything to Fabricio as well.
And so it jeopardizes the main event, and you have your main event star potentially not only ruining the card for the main event, but not being able to control himself in a moment like that. It's kind of ridiculous. Everything's on the line in the last 3 days before a fight.
With all of this, though, to an extent I always have to fall back on is if these guys were chess players, uncalled for. These motherfuckers are fighters. They got traumatic brain injury. We've seen them get traumatic. Every one of them, we've seen the punch that we're like, that's a lesion. Yeah, you knock some juice loose right there, homie. And
impulse control, you always say it.
It's number one thing that comes with traumatic brain injury, and that might be a factor here at an advanced stage in a long combat life career for Fabricio Verdum. I don't think it's going to be the last time, especially when he's not being reprimanded. Especially when he's not losing money, he's not losing anything. He still gets to debut the main fight. I really just don't like that precedent that UFC or WWE is setting, because more of it's to come.
Agree.
Let's go to the beat!